And Carolyn, will you do the roll call for establishing that we have a quorum today?
Chairperson Jackson.
Here.
Here.
Smith. Treasurer Parker.
Here.
And Dick Stevens is absent. We have minutes from the July meeting.
Pledge allegiance.
Oh, we didn't do the pledge. Right, thank you.
A contribution for the day.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's amazing. You stood up.
I'm a teacher. I do it every day.
Attending virtual church. Do you stand or not?
Good question.
Actually, good question.
Okay, so the July minutes, thank you, Carolyn, your first minutes. Any comments?
Have any comments? And move to it. Oh, you have anything, Craig? And move to approve the minutes? Second.
Thank you, Merle and Mike. All in favor? Aye. Okay, the board has the short report to the village board summarizing our July actions. And then under old business, number 24-79, Lawler Commercial Properties, Madison Barracks. This has been going on for a while. A door was installed without planning board review or approval. And it's gone the route of enforcement now. And Jim Corbin sent a letter. And eventually the applicant responded. And past employee Mike Campbell is helping them out. And today Jim Corbin reported that the original door, meaning the most recent door, certainly not the original door, they still have that, so they're having it a replica made. So the door that was put on that we deemed inconsistent with the architectural style will be removed. So they need to submit the revised plan to us. And I'm guessing since they've conveyed to Jim that it's going to be a copy of what was there, it will be acceptable. Number 25-24, David Haldeman, North Broad Street. The request was to demolish an addition and reconstruct it to resolve some mold and other structural issues. And it involved a number of exterior renovations, including windows and doors. And so we granted conditional approval pending receipt of the window specification. So you have that, the Marvin windows of few different types. And French sliding doors and a swinging French door. So, and it's all going to be consistent with the style of their home. So personally, I feel like this completes the application file and our review, our approval request. So are we good with that? Just for the record, I'll make a motion that we accept their submitted window and door information and determine that the conditions of approval have been met. Thank you, Craig. All in favor? Aye. New business. 25-28, Jody and Adam Deans. The address is 120 North Broad Street. And it's site plan review for exterior renovations as well as interior, but we don't deal with that. And it's painting, windows, doors, pool, fencing. And the application includes the site plan, a number of photos of the structure with notes about physical changes to the exterior, and a list of revisions to the exterior. And so quite a bit of info, and they included specifications on doors and windows, listed paint colors, fence style, and survey plot plan showing the placement of the proposed pool and fencing and pool perimeter landscape area. And then the environmental assessment form. Before we get into the nitty gritties of the assessment form, would you like to explain anything to the board? We're all familiar with this, the house, but
Yeah.
as the new owners, why don't you explain a little bit about your vision and what you're trying to accomplish?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I obviously included a lot of sort of pictures and drawings so that you would hopefully be able to get
Visualize.
get a good
Yeah.
visualization of sort of what we're visualizing. But we are hoping to just change a couple of the windows to create some more light in the back of the house. Keeping consistent with the type of window in the house, but just adding a little bit more window light to the back of the house. It's a bit dark, and the siding and the exterior stone has just has quite a bit of wear. And so we are hoping to freshen that up, and the painter will just fill in any of the seams and any of the stone cracks, and then paint the whole exterior so that it has a more fresh, updated appearance, and also it'll help preserve the stone for longer.
What I somewhere read, second story, non-original aluminum siding over the back porch with new siding to match
Yeah.
the style of the existing other side. What is on the other side? Just like a horizontal clapboard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The front and the sides of the home are an original clapboard, but that
Oh,
back,
it is.
yeah, but that back, that exterior, prior to the other Deans owning the home, that aluminum siding must have been placed. So it's a non-original siding, but
Yeah.
so we'll be replacing it with siding that mimics the clapboard, the original clapboard.
Will it be a wood or one of those
It's
composite?
hardy board.
Composite.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
So it's a more
Yeah, we're familiar with that.
a little more rigid kind of board
Yeah.
for the weather. Yeah.
The only real construction to the house is connecting that back porch to the side porch.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't, in the proposal, we don't have any plans at all of, increasing
Yeah,
the square
footprint remains
footage.
the same.
Yeah, we're doing, just interior renovation. The real exterior was just adding the pool, and then, like we had said, changing a couple of the windows and that back door.
what do you figure out replacing the stonework to match that whatever 1920s beveled
Yeah.
edge material?
Yeah, great question. So, with our contractor, when the back door is a single back door. So when he cuts the hole for the double French door, he's
Oh.
going to be able to, we're going to work to take those stones, and use those, so that we're able to get a match.
Great. Great. Do you know what year was the house built? I'm just curious.
1908.
1908, yeah.
19.
I was reading about that style of house and
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was brief. It was only for about 10 years or so that they used
Yeah,
that,
we looked into that.
Yeah.
yeah, concrete, yeah.
and I've been in the house, so just this is out of curiosity
Sure.
structurally. So I know what the exterior looks like. What's between the inside of that stone wall and whatever, is it plaster or sheet? Like what
It's
is the interface?
It's a plaster and lathe. There are some of the rooms have been sheetrock. We're not actually certain because a lot of work was done, I think, prior to Mary Jo and John being there. But some of the rooms are still original plaster and
I
lathe.
see.
Very few of them. I can remember, of course, living there. They did kind of room by room
Sheetrock.
removal and basically changed it over to sheetrock. Originally, of course, it was plaster.
Yeah.
And now and then you'd find a newspaper stuffed in there for some insulation. But
Yeah.
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 that was about it.
Yep.
Keeps it nice
And-
and warm.
And then another, just out of curiosity, in talking with your contractor, was there any discussion about like the type of paint to allow for air exchange, like breathability of the stonework? But the outside would be sealed now by paint,
Right.
and presumably there could be moisture. I don't know, but I know lots
Yeah,
of
that
people
was-
paint brick and stonework, and I just wondered if your contractor has said, well, what we need to do is this kind of paint for stone, and we're going to make sure, has that come up in your discussion?
We didn't discuss the, breathability, but when we take the walls down, we are going to insulate everything, the inside before it's re-sheetrocked. And then the type of paint is, it's a
specialized-
specific,
yeah.
I think it's an
Cement,
acrylic
stone.
based, I believe, paint that is specific for stone. Yeah.
Figured you would be going that route, and
Yeah.
whatever that is, I don't know, but
Yeah, he knew about, because they can color match anything. So that's why one of my concerns was I just wanted to make sure that whatever color we chose was going to be consistent on the clapboard and the stone,
right.
especially along the side of the house. And he was like, it's amazing they can color match, they color match a latex paint to a this paint to a that paint. They can, it's amazing what they
So
can do.
your stone and your clapboard will be the same color.
Yeah. The trim will be all of the, because the Dutch colonial has all that trim. The trim work is going
Right.
to be a white, but
Right.
the grayish blue will be the stone and the clapboard all.
Yeah. Well, I was in Watertown today and I thought, well, I'm going to drive around those neighborhoods for a minute. I'm sure there's some houses like this. I'm curious about the whole painted look. Right away, I saw two.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny because when we were up in July, I was in Watertown and I myself ran an errand and I said, oh my God, Adam, I saw one and it was a blue. So, and it looked really sharp. So yeah, so I was excited. Yeah.
Well, the one I saw was kind of a flat gray and it wasn't super attractive.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that, I'm not judging yours on that,
Right.
but I was looking for the cultured stone of that era
Yeah.
Right.
and painted, and like thinking of long-term maintenance for you is like,
Right.
if it were to start peeling because of and I presume you would use the right kinds. I'm not really
Exactly. Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask about that, so.
Sure.
Right,
yeah.
The paint will bond to the
Right to
stone.
the stone, yeah. Because it's
Yeah.
actually, it's not really stone. You know, if it was a stone house, I would never paint it. It's
Yeah.
concrete. It's like a cinder.
Right,
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah. It's an era.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right, well, we have the environmental assessment form. The applicant completed part 1, and we have part 2 and 3, and as is often the case, it's a type 1 action due to its location in the National Register District. And the item of greatest concern would be the impact on historic resources. But it seems reasonable to say that there would be no significant adverse impact on the environment. So I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Thank you, Merle. All in favor? Aye.
Do have a question. This includes the pool, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And with the pool, so the decking of the pool can go right to the property line, I guess. And fence would be put up on the, just about right on the property line.
Yeah, the fence is actually going to be on the concrete. So, so yes, we looked up the, specs and Sundance, Brian,
Fraser.
from Sundance Pool walked the property with us and he was familiar and he said that we should be within compliance with that plan.
Yeah, I think we read through your ordinances and
You can go right
it
to the
was
property line.
right to the
Yeah.
property line.
Property line.
Right,
And the pool is set back 14 feet.
right.
That's right.
Right.
Great. Okay. So I'd like to open the public hearing. We have anybody on via Zoom? Every chair that's out is full? No. So with no public comment, we can close the hearing. Fortunately for you, that's typical.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
great.
we
Yeah.
like that.
It's only after the fact when someone's disgruntled that questions get raised and you say, oh, where were you at the public hearing?
Right. Mhm.
But anyway, so questions. So mine have been answered. We discussed the type of paint, moisture breathing for the rock, the earth-based block, and the siding and matching the stonework. In terms of our zoning, because it's exterior alteration, we have to do the site plan review, and there are guidelines for design review, looking at materials and window proportion and architectural period and style. And I feel the applicant's being respectful of the architectural style by selecting windows that are consistent and by choosing paint colors that are considered historic. And the fencing that's considered and approved throughout this community, a metal fencing that's been considered appropriate for the historic district. The fence height will be consistent with our regulations and its placement on the property line is acceptable. Oh, and I do have a question. The porch and your back porch, are you having columns?
The back porch has
It has
it has
columns.
columns. It's just a small section that's going to wrap around. There is no roof over
Yeah.
that section, so that won't have any additional columns added.
Oh, okay, not a roofed porch.
No,
Right. So
Yeah.
there's a side porch that's a closed porch, and then there's
Right.
the back, just roofed porch. So we're just going to connect the two with just an open, non-roofed section. So
I
that
see. The columns are classic on the house and
Yeah, we're
that would be
keeping them.
something.
Yeah,
We're not
That is-
touching those.
we're not
Continuing.
keeping, yeah, we're keeping all of that.
Yeah.
Just going back, my thoughts. So patio
Around the
is
pool.
considered different than a deck.
Yeah.
So deck has is subject to the setback rules.
Right.
That's why. Pardon? No, I'm just saying that it is different.
A concrete
Patio.
patio around the pool is different than a deck.
Yeah, I see.
Deck
Mhm.
would be a structure that you couldn't go on the property line.
Right.
But a
Right.
concrete pad, and I just went through this with Jim Corbin.
Okay,
There was a property owner in Bayview that wants to do something and the neighbor's not happy. And I wanted to clarify, it's like, okay, what about a 10 by 10 concrete pad? Is that a structure?
What's
Or,
the rationale behind that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess that it could be
I think it's
removed.
Yeah.
raised surface, yeah.
Right.
I think it.
No, it does.
Yeah,
And in this property owner's case, the questioning it is like, yeah, maybe he doesn't want a 10 by 10 slab at his property line by his driveway. Maybe it's okay. I don't know, but I wasn't passing judgment on that. I just wanted to know, okay. But I think it does have to be reviewed by Jim, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
regarded as a structure.
I think a patio and cement is treated the same as a driveway. Where a driveway can be on the property line.
Right. Are there any other items that feel we should have here? That we've overlooked, like details? Is there any new lighting?
Inside, there is a.
But not,
On the outside, the front porch already has lighting. I will just probably replace the bulbs because,
yeah,
but nothing else.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, there's a single globe light, I think.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's okay. There isn't like lamp posts around the pool or.
No,
No.
no, no.
no,
Because that would be something that we should be looking at as well.
yeah,
Well,
no,
I can't think of anything. I feel like the list was quite thorough.
Yes, I can't. I agree.
I'll make motion to complete application.
Second,
Thank you, Mike and Merle. All in favor? Aye. What year did you say it was built?
My
1908.
father told me it was 1908.
Yeah.
so now we can talk about approving.
Yeah.
the Application.
Yeah.
I move to approve the application as submitted.
Thank you, Merle and Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thumbs up.
Here you go. Good luck.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much.
we're so excited. You'll have to come swim at the pool.
I will love to see the whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
We're
Can't
so
wait.
excited.
Excellent.
Well,
So
thank you.
is there anything else that we need to do? Is there any
You
form?
would get a orange colored zoning permit from the village clerk's office.
Okay,
Caroline can get that for you next time you're in town, or if you know anybody that lives here, they can pick it up and get it to you.
We might be able to work that out.
excellent.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Well, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys for
Thank
all
you
your
so
help.
much.
good
Looking forward
job.
to being
Thank you.
neighbors. Yes, thank
Great.
you.
Take
Be
care.
well.
All right,
Good night.
take care.
And you
Yes,
too. Thank you.
too. If I can-
Okay. Um,
Mhm.
other things. Lakeview subdivision, we're still waiting for that infrastructure agreement to be finalized. Maybe if you've ridden or walked around the barracks, you can see some construction going on in the parking lot by the apartments. That's to solve a paving drainage flow problem. And when that's done, I think it'll be all set. Oh my goodness, and the finalized forms, that needs to come to a conclusion. I think Dave has sent them to me a million times, and then we look at them and it's like, oh, they're still not ready. I promise this fall I'm gonna get to that because I want that to be off our list. The last thing is, when Stacy was with us, he looked into windows, doors, replacements, paint colors, and found it, what we already knew, that it was a nightmare because of window types, door types, paint colors change. And so was proposing an online document. And he kind of did a template, but he didn't finalize it. And in the meantime, this applicant and another one, somebody on Main Street, I don't know who it was, wanted the notebook of paint colors.
It's disappeared.
And it had disappeared. It's resurfaced.
That's good.
But the paint names, oh, smoky mist doesn't exist, or, you know, so Caroline started helping with that and inquired, surveyed online, major paint companies that have a historic line and has the ability to make a link with that. So, and again, the idea is if somebody owns a building on Main Street or wherever, and they're in the historic district, and they don't want to go through site plan review, the mechanism is in place. If there's an approved list, they can say to Jim Corbin, we're going to go with this blue-gray. It's Benjamin Moore. And he could say, okay, that's great. And could circumvent the review process for ease for everybody. So did you find some stumbling blocks about updating it? Like it will take,
Well, I sent you the 4 links of the collections I could find online. I was just wondering, because I'm not sure if the company, like say, Lowe's, changes the color names. So their website will be reflect what they have. Well, if we put our links like on our website, will the links still work? Someone said to me they didn't think they would, but I thought.
well,
I have a recommendation. Instead of names, well, what I learned from the Rita is paint's not a code. But when it's called, a certain pigment or color
right.
has a code, paint code. But before I started going out, my thought is, what if we had a book of actual paint colors? I don't care what it's called.
Well, that's kind of what we have. And that might work, but I think we ran into a little problem with the gift shop. That was Calla Lilies. And they said, we want to paint it blue
Like that.
X. And
We're talking about mainly siding now, color of the siding.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
exterior paint.
shingle, yeah. And we looked at, they had the name and the code, I presume. And they painted, and to many people, it's like, oh my gosh, did you guys approve that? It's like, well, it doesn't look like the little sticker did, but that's what it is, you know, and there's sort of a little bit of hubbub out on the street, and it's like,
The
well,
paint does have a code, as you said, but very few people follow that. They come in with what they think they would like. as a shade. And they put it into the computer program, photographs it, and then they mix it up. Yeah,
I was just wondering.
it's all
Yeah.
automatic.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what, that's sort of the benefit of the old way. It's like, oh yeah, that's a nice gray and a blue. That's good. Let's go with
Sign this
that.
book out,
Right.
match something and then.
Well, maybe both. Like a binder, say colors as represented in this, or on the links of these 4 paint companies that are regarded as historic. Select it and report to Jim.
It's the maintenance of it though, like if we're gonna have samples. They.
Right, but like Craig said, if it's Benjamin Moore Blue X and it's now called something else, but then they have to have the piece of paper.
That's what I mean, sign it out or have, sample.
Well, and that's what we tried making copies and that's,
We could contact Benjamin Moore or any historic, paint maker, say, give me an actual color. I'll give you a painted piece of wood or paper or whatever.
in a way, my preference would be to go with 4, whatever, how many companies that say we have historic colors. And there's greens, grays, whatever. And if it's in there as historic, let Jim know. And then if they don't see one they want and they find one in the binder or somewhere else, like Ace Hardware says, oh, we have a product line. Come see if it matches. I don't know. But it's, I mean, I like the idea of making it easier so that people don't have to come for review because it's sort of, planning board kind of gets a bad rep. We don't want to do all that rigmarole. We just want to paint it a nice gray. Like, okay, it doesn't have to be rigmarole, but okay.
I think it's very difficult for us to do that. Because of the way paint is mixed today. Now, you're on Nantucket, okay, there's 2 kinds of colors. You go to Black Island,
Yeah.
cedar shake with cabinet bleaching oil. And that's what's allowed, but it's awfully hard when we allow various colors to be used. And I almost think we're better off saying what colors can't be used. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well, let's let Jim weigh in on this too.
I'd like, I can even. I can contact him, sure. Give me examples,
Yeah.
see what they got, because sometimes they can have generation of samples. And maybe start building something.
Those folders that are like the grays, the creams, they have numerous folders of,
We tried that a number of years ago and
that's the binder.
yeah,
All right, you'll do that. Well, I'm gonna check with Jim, see where he is on this.
This changing gears a little bit.
Yeah.
The Waller application for request for more time, does that require action from us?
No, because that's being handled by Jim.
It's on the enforcement side of things.
Yeah, and his response was, I think it was in writing, that seems reasonable. And then when I asked today, was there any update? Yes, they found the door they removed and they're having another door made to look like that. So, and I thought about bringing up the project you mentioned, but I just decided not to go there. We'll wait and see if it comes before us. Because really, we're out of the picture, and that's why I was very careful with texting with the neighbors. Like, there's nothing more we can do. You, of course, can get a lawyer. You can get a survey. where they first wanted us to revisit it because they didn't know about it. And they didn't know about the hearing. And they felt it was unfair. It's like, we don't send a letter for every site plan. Well, that would be good. Well, that would be, but think of the work. But we don't do that. Our law, as far as we've done, it never requires that. So, and I said, imagine now if we said, oh, you know what? Somebody's upset. Let's have another hearing. I said, that's a lawsuit in the making right there.
Realizes all your plans. for-
Right, so I said, there's nothing more we can do. I'm very sorry. It's up to somebody to prove they're right or somebody to prove
Yeah.
they're wrong.
And like you said, they should request a survey themselves and
I would answer their own questions.
answer their own questions.
Yeah. And if they are wrong, it's all on the applicant and the architect and
I
the
thought
builder.
our wording on our approval is pretty consistent with. So long as it meets
Yeah.
I thought we do a good job.
I was
Wording.
very cautious about that.
Because it is
Yeah.
the lot lines can change over years somehow.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I don't know when Andy's addition was built. And I have no idea. I said to the neighbor, I said, might have even been on the board. I don't know. I don't remember. So. All right, last thing before we adjourn. I am not going to be available at our September meeting. And I'm not available the week before. So we can't just bump it ahead. So we need a volunteer to run that meeting or move it to like 10 days from now, early September, or very end of September, or not have a meeting, but. So. What do you think?
Trying to coordinate something for Montana and California
Ah,
visits.
so you might not be here either.
No, I didn't know anything about this California one.
It's September 17th.
Happy to help wherever you need me. I'm just pretty quick. I didn't respond because I figured somebody else would jump in.
Same, I would rather somebody a little bit more senior lead up
All right.
than me, but.
Late today, Dick said, did you get anybody? And I said, no. And he said, if you help before you leave, I'll reluctantly do it. It's like, well, we'll see.
Okay. I
Uh,
mean, it doesn't appear like
I know.
there'd be much on it.
I know. So. All right. You can help each other.
Yes,
You got it.
we can help each other.
And if Merle's not here,
We're okay.
you've got 3, presumably. So I'll send out an email confirming that. All right. So with that, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Great. Less than an hour.
They look good. Hasn't been a terrible summer.
No,
One
it
or two-
hasn't.
One or two, I've had 1 or 2
Yeah.
long meetings.
Yeah. I'm just so happy that the laundromat issue is apparently going to go away without a big deal.